If you want to have fun in this man's land, let Lincoln and Jackson start shaking hands. Oh, bring back dollar bill.
That's right, folks. It's KP Video News, and this is another follow-up of the Breonna Taylor shooting. And this was a shooting of the emergency medical transport operator, and she was killed by cops at her home. And this is a follow-up on that particular case coming out of Louisville, Kentucky. An ongoing federal lawsuit accuses one of the narcotics detectives in the shooting death of 26-year-old ER tech Breonna Taylor of harassing suspects with unnecessary arrests and planting drugs on them. Kendrick Wilson filed suit against Officer Brett Hankinson in October 2019, saying his fatal misdeed was attracting the unwanted and undeserved attention of Hankinson, who had decided that Wilson, for one reason or another, had to be engaging in illegal activity and that he had to ensure his conviction. Hankinson denied all allegations against him in a response filed a month later. Accusations contained in a civil lawsuit represent only one side of the story and do not constitute evidence in a court of law. Hankinson's Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly and Officer Miles Cosgrove are on administrative reassignment while an internal investigation is underway into the March 13th shooting of Breonna Taylor, and all three are being sued by the Taylor family. Taylor was shot 8 times by the officers who entered her apartment just before 1 a.m. Police have said the officers were searching and serving a search warrant as part of a narcotics investigation, but no drugs were found at the home. Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, said he thought intruders were breaking in, and he fired one shot and it struck officers, and then the officers returned fire, expending more than 20 rounds. Taylor's death has ignited a firestorm across the nation in recent weeks as prominent voices question why an unarmed black woman had to be gunned down by white officers. But years earlier, Hankinson was accused of harassing Wilson, who said the officer targeted him and even planted drugs. Wilson's suit outlines 3 times in which Hankinson arrested Wilson in 2016 and 2018, all of which originated at bars where Hankinson sometimes worked as an off-duty security guard. It also says that Wilson and Hankinson have had various interactions outside of the arrest, including over a relationship with the same woman. The first arrest was in 2016 at the Tin Roof Bar when Hankinson arrested Wilson for assault. The charges were dismissed in November, and in 2018, outside of the Tin Roof Bar, Hankinson arrested Wilson again. The arrest citation Hankinson wrote states that the police dog indicated the presence of narcotic odor in Wilson's pocket. Wilson emptied his pockets, which the suit said showed they contained only money. No-knock searches and the citation said Hankinson recovered a plastic bag of suspected powder cocaine on the ground and arrested Wilson. But the lawsuit, citing body camera footage is an unnamed civilian who can be heard communicating with Mr. Wilson that he saw an officer drop the drugs on the sidewalk before he retrieved them, the suit says. On the way to jail, Wilson said Hankinson has a vendetta against him and that he is a dirty cop who needs to be exposed, according to the lawsuit. Wilson spent the night in jail before posting bond. The suit says Wilson also incurred the cost of drug tests, which all yielded negative results, in attempts to support his claim that he was not involved with narcotics. Williams' criminal case remains pending in court. In September 2018, Wilson filed a report with the LMPD's internal affairs that Hankinson was unfairly targeting him. However, he discontinued the complaint because his legal case was pending and he did not have the attorney with him. The next month, Hankinson arrested Wilson for a third time, this time at Sullivan's Tap House. Hankinson wrote on the arrest citation that he located a large bag of powder cocaine that weighed in excess of 5 grams on Wilson. A civilian video taken at the incident showed Hankinson taunting Wilson's girlfriend and telling her that he was planning dope again, according to the suit. The charges were dropped 2 months later. Laboratory testing later revealed the powder Hankinson claimed to have located came back negative for any controlled substances, according to the suit. 2019, LMPD officers executed a warrant at Wilson's home and barbershop, kicking in the door of his home and pointing guns at his girlfriend before handcuffing her during the search. They seized a legally owned gun and Wilson's license and cell phone, according to the suit, which accused Hankinson, a narcotics detective, of playing a role in the issuance of these warrants, which were carried out by narcotics officers. Wilson's lawsuit accuses Hankinson of malicious prosecution and violating his constitutional rights, and he seeks reimbursement for Wilson's legal fees and punitive damages. So that same cop that was involved in the shooting of Breonna Taylor has been involved in several lawsuits, and telling you, man, this is a crazy situation, real crazy situation. You know, we got, just gotta keep on keeping stay ahead of the game here and make sure you keep your eyes open. And here we go, kind of switching the reels a little bit. The Secret Service oversees fraud, stealing millions of unemployment benefits. And this is a crazy case, folks. Crazy case. I have to turn this one around here because I can't read it. Okay, the Secret Service has detected a large-scale foreign U.S. attack on the U.S. unemployment system that is processing record numbers of jobless claims amid the pandemic. In a Secret Service memo outlined by the Times, the agency described the attack as a well-organized Nigerian fraud ring that could lead to potential losses in hundreds of millions of dollars. We are actively running down every lead we are getting, Laura Dotson, a special agent who specializes in financial fraud at the Secret Service, said that in an interview with investigators obtained by the Times, the attackers are reportedly using previously obtained Social Security numbers and other personal information to claim unemployment benefits. Since March, more than 36 million people have filed for unemployment amid shutdowns triggered by the coronavirus pandemic. The sudden increase in jobless claims has overwhelmed the state unemployment system. The attack was first reported in Washington State, where people who did not file for unemployment reported receiving benefits they didn't ask for. The attack adds yet another obstacle as state governments work to send out unemployment benefits in a timely manner. At Washington University in Bellingham, Washington, more than 400 out of roughly 2,500 employees have been targeted with fraudulent claims, the university spokesman told the Times. This is a gut punch, and the commissioner of the Washington State Employment Security Department told the newspaper. Though Washington State has been the primary victim of the attack, there is evidence that fraud occurred in Florida, Massachusetts, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, and Washington. So you got all those states where you have these unemployment benefits that have been falsely filed. And, this guy's got a scheme. It's always a scheme. I'm telling you now, man, it's always a scheme. People are always out there trying to do something, and you got to keep your eyes open to make sure you don't get caught up in it.
If you want to have fun in this man's land, let Lincoln and Jackson start shaking hands. Oh, greenback dollar bill. Just a little piece of paper, coated with chlorophyll.
AP's Video News.